a big thing for me.
You know who could really like elevate this kind of community with helping out talent?
Who?
Virginia Tech athletes. There's a lot of people that come from high school that already have like 10 to 15,000 followers.
Yeah.
And it's like if they would like collaborate with other people in the community, they have the platforms that could like legitimately make differences with people. So if we like
touching on that
Yeah.
too, the collegiate athlete is about to be in the spot where they can start getting endorsement deals and start developing a personal brand that's going to lead to them income prior to them actually entering into the professional aspect of the sport. So I mean, you know, that's a great thing for these kids that have a major talent that might risk injury before they ever get to the elite professional leagues. So like Tim Tebow as an example.
Mm-hmm.
If Tim Tebow as a quarterback of Florida, the last 2 years of his collegiate career, if he could earn endorsement deals and sponsorship deals and develop a personal brand,
Mm-hmm.
he would be worth so much money where he wasn't able to get that at that time. His demand once he entered the NFL started to diminish. You know, so him being able to capitalize on that for him and his family needs to be something. And like what we're doing here would allow for that to be possible for those types of people. You know, so that's like a big time long range outlook of like what this could be. But we're setting that foundation right now, in my mind.
Yeah, that was totally. I've always been kind of weird on letting college athletes get paid. I understand it. I understand it from both.
I'm not saying pay them from the you know, the university's not paying them. The taxpayers aren't paying them.
No, I know them being allowed to accept like brand deals.
Yeah.
So them getting paid, like them getting a paycheck for being an athlete. The
Yeah.
sole fact
Nike,
that
Adidas,
the
whatever.
sole fact that they're an athlete. But I think if they do that, they shouldn't allow them to get scholarships. They should allow them to go and play for their team, but they don't give them scholarships. And if they do give them a scholarship,
I like that.
It's only like $1,000 just to get them in the door.
So here's the thing: the lower level talent that would make the roster, they couldn't survive. They couldn't front their tuition. You know.
That would be the trade-off. It's like the day
if you get
take
this, then your scholarship's gone.
Yeah, it's like the day you take your brand deal is the day that you lose your scholarship.
Yeah.
So
but you can still play. You can still play.
Yeah, you can still play, but like you can't.
That's a great idea.
I mean, because like every time you would go and do those like essay things for school, I always feel like for me there was always that one thing in there that was like, what do you think about college athletes getting paid? And I saw it all throughout high school, and so I've seen it from both sides, just from those like me being bombarded with those like prompts.
Yeah.
So that's always been my stance on it.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
I think it's great. But
even here locally, I mean, some of the athletes that play not so like soccer. Soccer's gotten a lot of attention here locally lately,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, tennis. You know, some of the like, what if the bass there was a national champion bass fisherman from Virginia Tech like in the last 5 years. Why couldn't that guy use that to help gain fame and other income opportunities while still being on that?
Yeah.
You know?
Because like I mean, so like I just said, these college students are coming in with these big followings and stuff. That opens up a lot of opportunity for brand deals. And it's like, once they go into college, they lose that opportunity. So it's like, and for the NFL, I'm pretty sure you have to go to college for X amount of years. Because like, if you go into the NFL, like you're up against some really big dudes that have way more mature bodies than you do.
Yeah.
Even though you're still a college student, you might be ripped as hell. Like, you're not going to survive like one of those linemen in the NFL.
Right.
So like, but they lose the opportunity. So it's like they don't have, unless they're a walk-on to the NFL. But I still think that there's probably some law that would prevent them, or some rule allowing them to do that.
I think there's an age limit.
Yeah. So,
sure.
But like if there's an age limit, then they're not playing football for a few years, and then they don't get to go. Basically, what I'm saying is they have that opportunity stripped away from them. They do all the stuff in high school to allow them to have that opportunity, and then once they go and play for college, it goes away. But then once they go back to the NFL, it comes back. So it's and it's just the way that football's set up, and you know it's not just football, college.
I think there'd be a lot more. You know, a lot more graduation if kids would stay in the college ranks a little bit longer if they knew that they could earn income. They would financially secure their future and get the proper education for them to proceed beyond football at some point. It would delay the entry into the NFL. It would delay the entry into the NBA. It would actually incentivize them staying in that institution a little bit longer.
Yeah,
I think.
But at the same time, you have to look at it from the retirement aspect. So, because like when you're an athlete, depending on what sport you're in, like we'll just take NFL for example, because that's like the big sport going on right now. An average retirement age for someone in the NFL is probably in their upper 30s, like 37, 38 is when you start to see them retire. There are some that go longer, there are some that go shorter.
I think
if they're staying in college longer, then their actual NFL playtime gets shorter, and then those big contracts that are like hundreds of millions of dollars could go away.
So you definitely have to like see how great of a prospect you are. Yeah. Like you're going to be told what type of prospect you are through your performance and through the combine or whatever.
Yeah.
So like if you go into that and you're a lottery pick, right? Like the first 15 type first round pick, you probably need to go ahead. Because you're going to get far more money from a salary in these brand deals.
Probably. Yeah.
But if you're a mid-tier third rounder, but you're just super popular in your community, I always think about Dennis Haley. You don't know who that is, but he's from Salem. He went to UVA. He played for the Baltimore Ravens, but when he was at UVA, he was a lot more known and a lot more popular throughout the state of Virginia than he was. A lot of people don't know that he played for the Baltimore Ravens. So he played like 5 years for them. So he would have made a lot more money as a linebacker for UVA, then gotten into the NFL, he'd have still been able to make the same stuff. He'd have been able to capitalize off that, and actually probably he could maybe still be in the camps or the football business today, right? So if he would have built that brand the way, it would have been affordable to do so for him, where he could have earned income and set some things up. But, he's gotten into the entrepreneur space too. So he's another person that I'm thinking of here locally that wants to be, motivational and like show kids the way to the NFL. I think that'd be awesome to bring him on and make, have people be more aware of like what he offers, to like the strategies and the understandings of what he knows about getting to the NFL.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
I'd be pretty interested in that because I've always been under the impression that getting to the NFL is a lot of practice, but there's a little bit of luck involved. Yeah. Like, because some people are just born to be athletes.
You have to know the theory. You have to know, it's like being on the PGA Tour. There's golfers out there that play just as well as the golfers on the PGA Tour. But if you don't understand the ranking system and the qualifying system,
I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
So the people that are like really good athletes but haven't figured out how to get there yet.
They need to have an ambassador. They need to be shown the path that they got to walk, and hard work and dedication. Once you know the path, really plays a factor.
I feel like for golf, for example, could be. I'm not gonna. Easy is not a good word to use in this sense, but like we'll just use it for the sake of or for the lack of a better word. It would be kind of easy to figure out how to get there because all you would have to do is go and look at the careers of the people that are already there and be like, okay, what did this person do? What did this person do? But then there are things that probably aren't being said that they did that allowed them to get to that point. It's like, oh, they knew this person and that allowed them to get to the.
Yeah. I'd like to have, my buddy Lonto Griffin. He's, he's on the PGA Tour right now. And I was a part of his development down at Blacksburg Country Club. I considered the kid a brother. And still do. So I'd love to have him on and talk to him. Like he's anti-social media. Like I doubt he's got a TikTok account. But if you look at Bubba Watson, which is a very popular guy on the PGA Tour, his TikTok account, he's blown his TikTok account up. He is very beloved because of what he's been doing on TikTok.
is your friend just anti-social media because he doesn't like all the crap that's on it, or
It's
is it
distraction.
he just doesn't understand
It's
it?
distraction for him.
Distraction. Okay.
Yeah. But he knows that, he knows that that's a integral part, because I would think that he would want these sponsorship deals and these brand deals. He wants the Rocket Mortgages, and the Toyota, and like he wants the big brands to supply him with opportunity.
Why hasn't he just hired like a
has.
company to do it?
He's got a management company.
But they're not doing anything with him on social media.
They are, but they're not pushing him to do more. I would push him to do, like, you don't have a TikTok account, dude? Look at what Bubba Watson's been able to do with his TikTok account.
Yeah.
Like, he just needs to be aware that the more that people pay attention to him, the more that his brand is going to be a viable solution for Titleist.
Mm-hmm.
The next time he goes for the Titleist renewal, Titleist is his ball sponsor, his bag sponsor, his club sponsor. Like, they give him all his equipment, his shoe sponsor.
Well,
but to demand more money, you have to have these numbers, right?
So for his management company, I'm not going to tell them how to run their business. I'm just going to offer this as like a suggestion. If they would just record videos of him just doing his everyday life,
Yeah.
and then like just don't have him do anything personal, and then grow it that way.
Yeah.
Just like him on the golf course practicing, or him like on
Well,
tour.
they do that.
Like,
There's a lot of him on Instagram just hitting the golf shot.
Well, what I'm saying is like you just take that content, put it out on all the social medias, every platform that's available, except for maybe LinkedIn. It might not do well on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
But I mean, maybe in the future, LinkedIn's shifting, but that's a whole other story.
Yeah.
But then just put it all on there, and then just double down on it. Just put in some advertising money into it to get him blown up, so that way he's showing up on sponsored posts.
Yeah.
And then just wait for it to start blowing up, and then once it starts, be like, look at what we've done for you. Do you want to do some personal videos now? And it's like, look, this is what's happening, and maybe like try to swing like some sort of sponsorship deal there, and be like, look, this person wants to pay you this.
Yeah.
And they want to give you this item. I'm not going to say it's going to be Toyota giving them a car,
Right.
but I mean, it's just like a small company doing something.
Honestly,
It's like, I'm not saying that they're doing it wrong. I'm just offering that as a suggestion to like, if they really wanted to blow him up on social media, they could.
Yeah.
That's kind of what we're doing for you.
Yeah. So if you've seen, I don't know if you've seen any Bubba Watson content, but he's got these things that he does, and then when he pulls it off and it's like the spectacular thing, he ends the video by saying, "You're welcome," and it's hilarious. It's hilarious. So like if Lonto came up with something sticky, something that was funny, entertaining type thing, we had this running joke back in the day, of like, be a playmaker, or something like that. Like if he did something like that and at the end of the video said playmaking, or something, like he drained a 30-foot putt and walked by and said, that's a playmaker for you, or whatever. Like, I just think he's got an opportunity to have people come to the tournament just to see him. Mm-hmm. He's got a marketable name. He's got this unique thing that's him that he needs to capitalize on. Wow, I mean, he's a Blacksburg legend. I mean, the first person in this area to become a PGA Tour pro, instant legendary status here locally. Now, if he could win a major, if he could take down the Masters, which he's going to be in a week, that's like, these brand deals will come, But if he had already had 100,000 followers, he would have been a lot more leveraged when he does that.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand it from his point, where it's like he just wants to focus.
He just wants to play.
He just wants to focus on golf, and I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of athletes that are just like, I just want to focus on playing.
Yeah.
But it's like, and it's not going to become regular for him until they've already like kind of pushed him in that direction and be like, look at what we've done for you. So he's not going to do it until it becomes habitual. And then once it's like, oh, this is like a necessary thing of what I'm doing, then he'll probably be more likely. But right now, if he doesn't see it, totally understand. There's a lot of people that don't understand social media and like what it can actually do.
Yeah.
So, and I totally get that. So I'm just throwing that out there as a suggestion.
Yeah. I mean, I think you should look at like how often he posts. Like I said, I'd like to have him on here. I'd like to like get him in via Zoom and like talk to him just to catch up. And I think it'd be entertaining for the local community because he's a Blacksburg High graduate, that's on the PGA Tour, And I feel like if one, and this is the philosophy that I live by. If he can do it, there's others in the area that can do it too.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I remember there was I can't remember his name right now, but there was a kid from Blacksburg High School when I was going there who's grade below me, and he was doing really well in football. He helped us win like state championships one year, which was like the first time they'd done it in forever.
Yeah.
Cole Beck. He plays for Virginia Tech right now.
Yeah.
So I don't know anything social media wise that's happening with him, but he was another one.
And that would be a perfect guy that's probably not going to play at the NFL level with his local fame going into college that he could have capitalized on.
There's a pretty good chance that he's going to the NFL.
What position does he play?
I don't remember.
Yeah, see, we
can look him up though.
Yeah.
But I mean, I didn't pay too much attention to Blacksburg High School like sports when I was there, but because like I was only there for like 2 years, so I didn't get too invested with it.
Yeah.
But no, he went to go like Virginia Tech scouted him out, and he was like one of the first.
He's a multi-sport athlete.
Yeah.
So I didn't really think he was like a vital part of the playing time. Like I don't see his name pop up in the stat sheet much.
Yeah.
So like I think he's more focused on like track and field.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, he might be an Olympic athlete because he's obviously an athlete.
Yeah.
But is he an NFL prospect? I don't know that he is.
I don't know. It was enough for Frank Beamer to show up to our game and for him to look at him.
Well, yeah.
But like I think he goes to all the Blacksburg High School games where they have like a pretty good athlete. Not to take anything away from him, but like I think that if he knows of someone who's like really prominent and is helping win state championships, I think he's going to show up.
Well, of course. I mean, he got, Brandon Motley too. All the local talent. If you can't get your local talent, there's a problem. If you can't get your state talent, there's a problem. If you can't get your region's talent, then there's a problem.
Yeah.
Right? So that's what Virginia Tech is trying to do is like gobble up all the regional talent because we've got some good areas for football.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, totally.
Yeah.